Hello, welcome to Math with Mr. Dobrescu to the rescue. Today we are going to solve a two-step equation. And we have a word problem. The height in feet of a tree after x years is given by 1.5x plus 15. After how many years is the tree 24 feet tall? And now we are going to set up an equation and then solve the equation in order for us to get the answer. So we have this expression here, 1.5x plus 15. And now we are going to equal that to 24 because they are asking us after how many years is the tree 24 feet tall. Okay, after how many years, okay, and x is going to be our unknown we are going to solve. Okay, so equals 24. And now our goal is to solve for x, and that's going to be our answer. Okay, and here we have a two-step equation. First of all, we are going to subtract 15 on both sides of the equation. That is going to be our first step. You see, 15, we have to undo first this addition. We need to bring the 15 on both sides on the other side of the equation first. And then we are going to divide both sides by 1.5 to get the x by itself, to isolate x on this side of the equation. So let's subtract first 15 on both sides. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. We are using the subtraction property of equality. So 15 minus 15 cancels out. And here we are left over with 1.5x equals, and 24 minus 15, okay, we borrow from the 2, make 2 a 1, make 4 a 14. And 14 minus 5 becomes a 9. Okay, because 15 plus 9 becomes 24. And now the question is, how should we solve for x? And remember, we need to undo the multiplication by dividing both sides 1.5 in order for us to simplify out 1.5, to cancel the 1.5. Okay, whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side of the equation. Because now 1.5 divided by 1.5 simplifies out, so it becomes just only 1x. And now let's solve 9 divided by 1.5. And remember, in the previous videos, the easiest way to solve this division is to turn 1.5 into a whole number by moving the decimal to the right one place. Now, whatever we do to one number, we have to do also to the number on the numerator, which is 9. So here, 9 can be written as 9.0. So now, because we moved the decimal on the bottom one place to the right, now we also need to move the decimal to the top one place to the right, and 9 now becomes 90. So our division is actually 90 divided by 15. Pay attention to this step. This is the easiest way to move the decimal to the right one place. 1.5 becomes 15. And then whatever we do to the bottom, we also have to do to the top. We have to move the decimal one place to the right. And from 9.0, that now becomes 90. And let's see how many times 15 goes into 90. And the answer is 6. If we multiply 6 times 15, we get 90. 6 times 5 is 30. 0, carry the 3. 6 times 6, 6. Plus 3, 9. Okay, so the answer is 6. X equals 6 is the answer of this equation. Now, if you check your work, if you plug in 6 for x, and you multiply 1.5 times 6, okay, you should get 1.5 times 6. Let's do that here. 1.5 times 6 6 times 5, 30. 0 carry the 3. 6 times 1, 6 plus 3, 9. And remember, move the decimal to the left one place and go back to the left one place, and this becomes 9. So now we have here 9 plus 15, which is 24, and 24 equals 24, and we get a true statement. Therefore, 6 is the answer to our equation. And now let's answer the question, after how many years is the tree 24 feet tall? So the tree is 24 feet tall after, of course, 6 years. To get full credit on a problem like that, you want to make sure you write in the answer 6 years, not just 6. You need to put 6 years. So our answer is, after 6 years, the tree is 24 feet tall. So it takes this tree about 6 years to get 24 feet tall. Trees, take some time to grow, but in this case, it takes only 6 years to get 24 feet tall. Okay? 24 feet tall is not a lot, but yet, it has a little length. So again, it takes 6 years for the tree to get 24 feet tall. Let's take a look at one more problem now. And in this case, we are going to combine like terms in order to solve an equation. And we are going to look to see if we have any like terms to any one of the sides of the equation. So we have an equation here. 8x minus 6x minus 25 equals negative 35. And if we take a look at this equation, we see that we have two sides of the equation. We have this side of the equation, and then we have this side of the equation. And remember, the like terms have to be on either side of the equation. Okay? We cannot say that negative 25 and negative 35 are like terms, because negative 25 is on this side of the equation, and negative 35 is on the other side of the equation. Remember, like terms, they have to be on the same side of the equal sign, either left side or the right side. So in this case, we are going to look at the left side to see if we have any like terms. And of course, we have here 8x. Remember, 8 and x are glued together by the multiplication sign. So that's one term, 8x. And then we have another one, negative 6x. Again, negative 6 and x are glued together. And both of these terms, they have the x in it. Therefore, they are like terms. One more time, 8x and negative 6x are like terms because both of these numbers, they have the x attached to them. Therefore, they are like terms. X to the power of 1, both of them. So we can combine them together in order for us to solve this equation. So let's combine 8x, take away 6x. 8x minus 6x becomes just 2x. And now we don't have those terms anymore. Minus 25 equals negative 35. And now let's see what we have next. Okay, we have 2x minus 25 equals negative 35. And in order to solve this equation, remember, always undo the subtraction and addition first. And then we do the multiplication and division when we solve two-step equation, two or more step equation. Always take care of the subtraction or addition. And we see 25 is by itself. It doesn't have a variable. I told many students in the past that if you have an equation, whichever does not have a pair goes home first. Okay? So negative 25, we need to bring negative 25 on the other side, and it's going to become a positive. So the opposite of negative 25 is positive 25. So we have to add 25 on both sides. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. Because now negative 25 and positive 25 cancel each other out. It becomes a 0. That's our goal for us in order for us to get the x by itself and solve the equation. And now we have only 2x on this side of the equation equals, And now let's subtract. 35, we have negative opposite signs. Remember that saying opposite signs subtract. So we are going to subtract the numbers. 35 minus 25 becomes 10. And then we are going to take the sign of the larger number, which is negative 35, and then we'll be exact. Okay, so in this case, negative 35, we have more negative than positive, so negative is going to be in the answer. And then we simply subtract the numbers. 35, take away 25, and then we get a 10. And finally now, we are going to divide both sides. Remember, opposite of multiplication is division. So we are going to divide both sides by 2 in order for us to solve for x. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side of the equation. 2 divided by 2 simplifies to 1x equals negative divided by positive becomes a negative, and 10 divided by 2 becomes 5. So x equals negative 5 is our answer to this equation. And now let's check to make sure we got the right answer. Let's check our work. And remember, we are going to substitute negative 5 for x into the original equation into two places here. So we have 8 times, instead of x, we are going to put negative 5, minus 6, instead of x, we are going to also put negative 5, minus 25, equals negative 35. Let's find out if we get a true statement, and let's multiply. Positive times a negative becomes a negative. 8 times 5 becomes 40, so negative 40. And here we have negative times a negative becomes a positive, and 6 times 5 becomes 30. So plus 30 minus 25 equals negative 35. And let's continue now. And again, when we have addition and subtraction, we have addition here between those two numbers, and here subtraction. The rule is we are going from left to right. So let's combine those two numbers first. Negative 40 plus 30. Again, negative 40. 40, we get this sign is going to stay in the answer. So we have negative, and then subtract the numbers. 40 take away 30 becomes 10. That becomes negative 10. And then again, minus 25 equals negative 35. And now we have here negative 10, and then we are going to combine with negative 25. Is the same thing as negative 10 plus negative 25. We are adding, that's what it means. We are adding two negatives together. So we are adding negative 10 plus negative 25. And of course we have negative 10, and if we add 25 more negatives, we are going to get negative 35. We are going to have more negatives. Negative 35, which equals to negative 35, and we get a true statement. Thus, x equals negative 5 is the solution to our equation. Again, please, make sure if we have an equation, we are looking for like terms. We are going to combine the like terms first. So in this case, we combine x, 8x, and negative 6x, and we got 2x right here. And then we have 2x minus 25 equals negative 35. Next, we added 25 on both sides. We got 2x equals negative 10. And finally, we had to divide both sides by 2 in order for us to get x equals negative 5 as our answer. And then we checked our work, and we got a true statement. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video. All the best to you.